Welcome back. We are continuing our conversation with the Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño, and we have touched on a range of topics in our first segment. Beginning this second segment, I think we can begin with the awareness that is currently taking place in the month of October as it relates to domestic violence. I know October is also recognized for Mental Health Awareness Month.
But the young lady who will be there.
Yes. But PM, we've seen a lot of really disturbing cases that we've had to report on in just the first week of this month. What are your thoughts currently on what is taking place as it relates to the cases that have been reported on domestic violence?
I think that a number of things, but first of all, I think that we need to probably realize that this has always been there.
Yeah.
But people are becoming more aware. When I spoke to the young lady earlier about mental health, I said I remember growing up, we don't think about it. Mm-hmm. We just, that kid's standoffish, and be a friend, you think of yourself. When many years they're having problems at home. I don't know about two girls in standard 6. Later on, we found out that they had a very abusive father,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't know. We just normal, no? Or some kids couldn't finish school because their parents couldn't afford, and it affected them. So when I met them many years later, and I said, "Boy, I couldn't finish because," and if you feel horrible because you don't think about these things. Fast forward to your topic, domestic violence. It has always been there, but I'm glad that we're becoming more aware of it, mm-hmm. and that people are starting to speak out. For too long, we were ashamed to admit. Yeah. And it's something that has to be addressed or continue to be addressed. It's a shame that we have to have a domestic violence day or anti-domestic violence day or a whole month. Yeah. We should not be having these things because it should not exist. So what the things that there are a number of things. Government can't do it by itself. It has to be a tripartite effort. Starts with the family. When a kid see a father beat her wife or the mother, that child becomes traumatized. But not only traumatized, but then afterwards start to feel, well, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to beat
normalized.
somebody. Yes, becomes
generational.
Normal. And even when the mothers in their frustration hit her. Because I remember at one time we had a neighbor in Orange Walk, and she had several children, a single mother. Mm-hmm. And my youngest son, he was like 5 years old. And every morning we hear she's screaming at the kids and sometimes beating them, and so one day I kind of felt embarrassed, but we said good for her. We went outside, we met at the same time, so he innocently said, "Oh, is it so you are the lady that's beating these children, Mm-hmm. These kids then believe that that's normal, and they grow up violently. So it has to start at the home. They start to have this mindset to realize that these kids need to change. The families, the fathers and the mothers, they have to be better role models to be able to address that. Government, we have been doing a lot. I think we need to give the credit to Minister Dolores Balaramos Garcia, who has done tremendous work from when she was in the first government between 1998 to 2003, and presently continuing that work, addressing this issue of gender-based violence or domestic violence. And now we have to look also at education. They had the, I always forget the word, HFLE, mm-hmm. Yes, health and
families.
Sorry? Health and family life, mm-hmm. Education. That was, for some reason, stopped, HFLE, the curriculum in the schools. And Rosanna, as a special envoy for families and children, has met with Minister Fonseca. She, with her team, and of course the experts, mm-hmm. They have reviewed the curriculum. They have updated the curriculum and also come up with a teacher's guide for it. And she has already met with Minister Fonseca, and Minister Fonseca agreed that we need to bring it back. Because we need to start to teach these kids in the school and say, guys, it's wrong to hit a girl. You don't do this, or
it's also wrong to hit a boy. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah. And also wrong to go to issue the boys. The issue of gender-based violence, mm-hmm. the rights that we have, we are all different. We are not the same. we need to teach them about this.
Yeah.
And so, it's important at their formative years. This starts from preschool, this curriculum, which I did not realize, all the way up to high school. So these are some actions that have to be taken, but at the same time, the police. And I remember many times Rosanna would be very upset because a wife or a female would go and make a report, and many times our police are insensitive. Not all the time, not all the police, but they're insensitive. They say, oh man, that's just boyfriend, girlfriend fight, man.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, no, I'm happy, or today, wife, man, go home, because tomorrow, I'm going to come back and
Until it escalates, and then they could have
somebody
prevented
get
it.
badly hurt, or God
Yeah.
forbid they get killed.
Yeah.
So they need to take that into consideration immediately. And despite the fact that if tomorrow you decide to change your mind, that's your problem, but we need to act now and protect you. And even this issue, I think we need to find a way that once you make this claim, to make it very difficult for you to just change your mind. Because
Yeah.
many
Or an
times-
investigation still takes place.
that's the point. That the investigation must continue, because many instances, a lot of it is economics.
Yeah.
The wife, or the girlfriend, if the partner, they help and go to school, or they pay something for her, and if you don't do it well, what you want to do? And if with the families, the mother have to look about feeding the children. So I'm going to court to the with one shame face, well, I'm sorry, I never mean it, whatever it is. No, we need to make it difficult for you to pull back that case once you go. We need to protect all of our people that are vulnerable, be it male or female. But in this case, unfortunately, it's mostly female.
PM, while we still have you with us, I want to segue to politics. It's always the order of the day, right?
No.
2 Saturdays ago, you unveiled your party,
Right.
unveiled the slate of 31,
Right.
with you as the leader of the People's United Party. What are we looking at in terms of your confidence that all of your candidates on your slate will be successful whenever you call the next general elections?
We don't have National Party Council meetings by WhatsApp. We have it in person.
Yeah.
And we had over 300 people, and it was very good, and people are energized. They have seen the work that we've been doing, and the work, and yes, there's always, we need more streets, we need more roads, we need electricity expansion, water, schools, all of that is there, but they have seen the tremendous work that we have done as a government, so they're very excited and pumped up. If you left them, they won't call elections now, but we have a lot of work to do. And I said no elections on any time after January 1st. We could call elections, but not before. I'm very excited about the team. Okay, Devin, I don't say what. First time I met him, I did not know him before. It's an exciting young man, very good in sports. Now he's working, always organize sporting events. He lives in the college division. His family is there. These are the people that we are attracting. Kaya Katus, again in Tong City Council, but come back again. Larry Ellis, a very successful businessman, that was born in Collet, grew up in Queen Square. These are people, Dr. Queen Square, Dr. Laura McKay. Laura McKay. And we can only attract people like them because they see the work that we're doing, and they're seeing that we're moving in the right direction. And so I'm very excited about the team that we have in place. And I believe that we're going to do very well. And that whenever we call elections, people are seeing the work, they're feeling the work. But all of us always want more, always want better, and that's the way it should be. And I encourage them for that.
You mentioned the Plan Belize manifesto earlier. We're less than a year away from the next general elections. If one were to look at what all were set out in the Plan Belize manifesto, do you believe that you have accomplished most of what is in that manifesto?
I think what I want to put it separate differently.
Okay.
I think that what we have accomplished has been transformative. Transformative in the sense that we have reduced poverty from 52% to 26%. Just last year, it reduced by 10% to bring it to 26%. Transformative that we have an unemployment rate of 3% that has never been done before. Transformative that more than 30,000 students are getting some kind of financial help from the government. Transformative that we have been expanding more and more high schools to give free education. I want to pay everything for these kids, and if you can't afford your uniform, we give it to you. Transformative that we have brought down the debt from over 130% to GDP to about 64%. Transformative in the sense that the first time the United States government and since independence have looked at Belize as a country that's moving in the right directions with strong democratic values, work with the private sector, work with their people, respect for human rights, to say, you know what, we want to work with you. And in just 2 years, we managed to get $125 million grant US that will be spent in education and energy. Transformative that for the first time, because of the Blue Bond, now people all over the world want to hear me go and give them speeches about what we're doing in Belize. And when you see the amount of the level of success that we've had, you know, like saying like, wow. Transformative that when, because of the personal relationship I built with then President Lopez Obrador, he opened the cattle market to Mexico. I do many things, including farming. We have a farm and we have cattle. When we just started off around 2006, the pound for cattle on the hoof, I mean live, was at 60 cents a pound. Because we opened the market and the competition in Guatemala, the price now is hovering between $2.50 and $3. We have over 5,000 farmers, cattle ranchers, if you want to put it that way. 80% of them produce less than 50 heads. That means that over 4,000 people benefit from that, and now they are no longer poor. These things are transformative. Opening up markets into looking at Guatemala and Mexico. I think that this has been a truly transformative government in what they do. Housing, while they tell you, oh, you want to build 10,000, but look, government want to build 10,000. We will make sure that thousands of homes have been built by the private sector. But for the first time, the government, previous government, 13 years, what houses did they build? Look at the amount of houses that we've been building, hundreds of them. And so these things have a direct impact. Land. Here we have the minister, the DPM, Colonel Hyde. What does he do? What he's been doing regularly on a regular basis. Take Belmopan to the people. Take the office to there. You know, these things have a direct impact on people's lives. That's transformation.
I wanna make a point on the topic of land simply because I know that it was heavily covered in the news. Just to get an official response or a reaction from you on record, PM, what was your thoughts on the InnovaBell scandal that was recently aired over the course of last week, where the former mayor, Sharon Palacio, would have distributed lands at insane discounted rates? She would have recently put out a press release justifying her issuing of these lands at these rates. What was your reaction to that?
I don't want to be at a back and forth with the former mayor, but I was disappointed. I expected more. Honestly, but that's a local matter. We have a really, really good mayor in Pablo Kawichin Belmopan, a decent man, and that wants to do good, and trying to fix. And it's a local matter for them to manage. And I think if they need to have legal action, well, that's a matter for them to decide. But it's disappointing. Yeah. It's really disappointing. And I think it's time for us to be able to. And just I was talking to Minister Fonseca a few days ago, and he said maybe we need to look at the role that Recondev plays. Maybe it's something good role as time has come to an end. Recondev was there when Belmopan was not a city; it was an administrative center, and so they provided the services for the city. But now that the city know it's a city, they collect taxes and everything else, then probably maybe we need to reconsider the role of that, and hopefully could minimize these things from happening again.
Last week, we would have also covered a story based on a press conference that was held by the Belize National Teachers Union, where they would have been sharing some concerns from teachers, PM, who have stated essentially that they have not been paid for as long as 6 months. Of course, we would have also gotten a direct response from the Ministry of Education on some of the issues behind the scenes, where they are saying that the payment system is a bit antiquated. Have you been aware of what those issues are? And are there any consideration being taken into perhaps how we can modernize maybe the smart stream system?
I have been aware from time to time of some of these issues, not often. First of all, I need to start out by apologizing to these teachers. It was never our intention that they will not get paid. I mean, we need the teachers. Most of our teachers are excellent teachers, and they should be paid, and they should be paid on time, and we apologize to them for that happening. And I know it does not mean much, but the point is that we do recognize that something happened. Important enough that as soon as it came to the attention of Minister Fonseca, he immediately took action and cleared up most of them. There are a number of issues that need to be resolved. Yes, the issue of the smart stream now it's coming to my attention that probably we need to do another upgrade to it. So I'll be meeting with the Financial Secretary Joey this week and to talk about it, how we can upgrade the system, because as in more and more people come into the system, it becomes more problematic. That is one. Secondly, also the management. Sometimes managements either forget to send a name or forget to send it on time or do not send it complete. So when those things happen, you can't pay. So it's a number of issues that we have to be able to do. And we're working on them, and it will be resolved. Again, my apologies to the teachers.
All right, well, PM, as we wrap up this segment, I know the final question that a lot of people want to know is, do you have a date for the next general elections? I know you might not want to give that date, but can you at least give us an idea, perhaps the start of the year, the middle, the end of the year? What does 2025 look like for Belize election season-wise?
Well, we will have a new government in 2025.
Still not the answer.
Listen, we have our whole slate in place. And so once January 1st comes, could be at any time. But we still have a lot of work. And so we want to continue to be able to work. I don't in any way want to feel, like I'm bossy or anything like that. I don't want to take our voters for granted. I mean, I've been in electoral politics for the past 31 years. From high school, I used to walk with my dad and my uncle to give out papers. I've been around 1984. I really felt that we'd have won in Orange Rock Central. We lost. Why? Because my candidate was my father, took the people for granted. Never spent time in his constituency. So I'm urging all 31 of us, make sure we spend time in our constituency. They travel all over the world, get you to win. We need to go, and because they will bring projects, and then people know about Belize, etc. But we need to spend time in our constituencies, and because we can't take people for granted. So I really truly believe that people are going to give us a second term, but we need to continue working hard.
Why not formalize like a fixed time frame that elections take place, like the municipal elections?
That would be something that has to be a part of the constitutional reform. Unfortunately, they did not finish on time. I think they're doing the last part. Well, they have some more funding to be able to finish, to be able to wrap up, and then make some presentations to us. obviously it's something has to be done, something that's going to be addressed in the new government.
All right. We wish we had more time, PM, but unfortunately, our time is out. As we wrap up this conversation with you, do you have any final words that you'd like to share with the people of Belize?
Well, certainly. Again, thanks to both of you for giving me this opportunity to be here once again. And I want to assure the Belizean people that there is not a single day that I take them for granted. That is a tremendous, what should I say, well, what the people have given to me, the tremendous honor to be able to represent them, is something that I do with all my heart, with all my energy, trying to do as best as we possibly can to continue to make life better for Belizeans, to take Belize in the right direction. And now I'm seeing now the work that, now that majority of people believe that we are going in the right direction and that we can do more. We're not perfect, we're going to make mistakes, but I could assure you that they're not deliberate mistakes. We learn, and that's what we have to do. As we're coming with this work, nobody teaches you to be Prime Minister. I had opportunity to learn from Said Musa, who did a lot of good stuff. Unfortunately, there are some things that did not go well, so we learn from that. We learn from that and ensure that we can then do better. So that said, thanks so much. God bless Belize. As always, please protect us from the hurricanes. October, November are some of the most dangerous months because of the cold fronts. But once again, thanks again.
All right, and thank you too, PM. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to having you here again very soon.
Sure, con gusto.
We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, the conversation will surround prioritizing mental health in the workplace. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
My name is Hermine Vega. El Patio Grill has been using Belize Bank for over 25 years. We only use Belize Bank at our restaurant. That's why we were able to win this trip to Europe. I had never been to Europe. We found out it was Madrid and we were excited and we went to this football match. The teams reached before the game and everybody was just outside, You can't explain. The noise just roared like 3 blocks down the street, but when you got in there and you saw 70,000 people in there, that was amazing. I couldn't believe it was happening. I had to pinch myself to make sure it was real, because it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience, I'd say. My lucky plus one was my son. He's 18 years old, so he was really excited and he enjoyed it as well. He said it's his best trip ever, so it's a priceless experience that we got. Belize Bank has always been there for me. Whatever transactions or whatever I need to do, they're always there for me. I would recommend everybody to use Belize Bank. It's the oldest bank in our country and they continue to do their best.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here! The biggest sale of the year. Get ready to find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a professional contractor or a DIY enthusiast sprucing up your home, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Now is the perfect time to give your wall a fresh look. Get 20% off paint and a whopping 25% off paint supplies. But wait, there's more. From our stylish light fixtures to fans and AC, we got everything you need to elevate your space, now at 25% off. And for the finishing touch, check out our wide selection of tiles, where you will surely find the tile to match your style, all at 25% off. Plus, with 30 to 50% off selected items, you will find what you need at a price that will surely make your pocket smile. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and so much more. Yes, you can get all your materials from construction start to finish right here at Builders Hardware. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Tell your friends, tell your family. Come visit us, save big with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
We think our customers are awesome!
The AIC mobile app has been helping many to save time while getting more done, all from the comfort of their homes. When you download our mobile app, our services are at your fingertips. Log in using biometrics, view motor and property policies, file a claim and submit claim photos, request a quote, Receive renewal reminders starting 6 weeks prior to renewal. Submit renewal request. View branch locations and obtain Google Map directions. Make payments via Atlantic Bank Bill Pay. And even contact your customer care rep directly. Prospective clients will have limited access, but can request a quote, place a call to a branch, view branch locations and obtain Google Map directions, file a claim. And since all paperwork is completed beforehand, there's no waiting in line. With all the time you can save, can you afford not to use our app? Download today on the App Store or Play Store. The AIC mobile app. Insurance at your fingertips.
Welcome back. We are having our final conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, this segment will be about how to prioritize mental health in the workplace. We have here with us representatives from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Joining us is Lady Vallejo, and she is a nurse specialist too with the mental health program from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And with her is Casilda Bowman, and she is a psychiatric nurse practitioner also with the also under the mental health program with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And on the far end to the left is Juliet Simmons, and she is a psychotherapist. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome.
Also with the Ministry of Health.
Also with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Thank you so much. All right, so this is one of those conversations where, of course, we always have to appreciate talking about mental health awareness. I know this is the month that we will be seeing a lot more activities taking place, a lot more awareness campaigns being put out from various ministries, but we definitely expected something from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Because mental health not only takes place, you know, in your personal lives, you take it with you at work, you take it with you at home. Can we talk about that? How mental health affects perhaps work performance, and why it is important that we prioritize mental health awareness in the workplace? Let's begin with perhaps Ms. Vallejo.
Well, of course, statistically it's shown that an organization that fosters a culture of good practice with mental health, it reduces absenteeism and presenteeism, meaning a happy employee will function better. So we need to create policies, internal policies to create and foster these practices. Why? Because sometimes at work we spend most of our time there. Yeah. So we tend to feel like it's only work, but it's not only working and then just you left work at that place. When you have to go home, you have to function as well. It's a 24-hour job. So if we don't take care of this mental wellness, it could be a disruption or dysfunction of it. So we target more people in the workplace, female, males, no. Especially males, because I feel like there's no need to talk about these conditions or when they have a problem. And stress is not only about the physical stress, it's about talking or doing your performance, your physical. If you're not mentally well, of course, it's somatized in physical symptoms, headaches. The typical one is muscle pain, stomach ache. You have more visitations, more calling sick. So if you have people not functioning to this maximum level, of course, it will have a reduction in productivity in the organization.
You said something really important. Nurse Vallejo, you mentioned that we tend to spend most of our time at work in the first place. The people that we see on a daily basis at work are also the people that we probably see the most of too, you know? So it's so important that we foster an environment that is conducive for good mental health, and also to recognize that it's normal to have off days too, you know? So is this something that we are also ensuring that persons understand, that it's also normal to have off days? Nurse Bowman, let's hear from you.
So definitely one of the things that is important, and particularly what we want to highlight in this month, is to increase awareness. And when you look at a hierarchical business, if the management don't, how would you say, value mental health, then you will notice that the midline, the bottom level, won't feel that well, maybe that I would say that, you know, it's not as important, and so we look at physical ability and not the mental wellness. And let's go back a little bit more when we talk about mental health. When we talk about mental health is the well-being of an individual to cope with the regular stress of daily life, really realize their ability, work, learn, and contribute to their environment. And so when we look at mental health, we're looking at trying to foster and increase awareness of trying to get a good holistic approach to having all of those things encompassed in our work.
But how do you break that stigma, nurses, I'll say nurses, when in the workplace it might be seen as weakness if you can't show up because you're feeling a little bit bummed out today. People tend to value more physical illnesses and think that they credit more physical illnesses as actual illnesses than things that they cannot see. I want to get Ms. Simmons in this conversation since you are a psychotherapist. What are your thoughts on that particular challenge that we see?
Well, it definitely is a challenge, and it's a challenge that we face and we're fighting on a daily basis. The stigma is there. We have this culture, this belief that mental health is taboo. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to know that it exists. If we have somebody in our family that is struggling with depression or anxiety, or even more of the more serious conditions such as bipolar, schizophrenia, you want to keep that inside the family. You don't want anybody to know. Or you go the other way, you shun your family member. So that stigma is there, and that enters into the workplace as well. People see that if you have mental health conditions or issues, they see it as weaknesses and that you can't perform well at work. I have worked with many people that are struggling with these, what we would call more everyday or lighter conditions such as anxiety and depression, and they are not getting the support they need from their employers. And then we have the other side that gets all the support, beautiful support that we encourage, and we want to applaud those establishments for doing such.
It's a paradox in a sense, because we always say, don't bring your personal problems to work, right? It's insensitive,
you know that saying, right?
Because you can't not bring your personal problems to work. It's everywhere you go. It's in you.
Correct.
You're
So
thinking
we have
about
to
a breakup.
look at
You're
that
thinking about how you deal with your kids. You're thinking about how you're going to pay the next bill or what. So that goes with you wherever you go. So to tell someone, you know what, leave your problems at the door, it's essentially telling them, well, we don't really care how you feel, or we don't care what's going through your mind. You come to work.
And we're paying you to perform, so we can.
You mentioned, and what Nurse Bowman was saying, the definition of the WHO is that the ability to cope. We have been conditioned to think this is the way we have to function. If you not give your all, even if you have a fever, you come to work. If you have a flu, only because you have to wear your face mask. Mental illnesses or conditions, they're just like, it's a medical condition. It's not separated, it's the same. If you're not mentally well, of course, it will somatize physically. So one of the core things that we want to raise awareness in the society is empathy. And there's when it comes. We have to be flexible, we have to adapt. Yes, we have problems, everybody has problems. But the ability to cope with it, it means that your boss might not be able to solve your issues, but sometimes we are humans, and we make mistakes. It's not just lash out at people. Be empathetic. That's why you create an environment whereby people could be able to talk instead of judging you if you are not performing well. I believe so.
Well, let's talk support that the workplace can give to the general staff members that are battling with anxiety or depression or the larger scale illnesses. Or nothing, you just need to know that your workplace cares. What type of support is the ministry recommending that workplaces should give?
Well, one of the things we have in the public service is the Employee Assistance Program, where we offer therapy and counseling to any public officer and their immediate family. So they get therapy outside of the public service, so not necessarily from the mental health program. So it is very confidential. So officers feel that they're being served and their information is kept confidential. It doesn't affect anything at work. So we give them that time to go and see their therapist. And that's the same thing we encourage other establishments to do. And I know there's several that has it.
And also increasing that in the environment that allows people to feel comfortable in saying that I am not okay. And allowing the people who are around them to have resources available to steer them in the proper direction, Because one of the things, while we recognize that awareness is very important, is because what we are seeing now is that people are coming in very late. So they're suffering for so long. This is after they're compensating so long, their body is starting to physically respond to the stress now. They're feeling other things that are physically making them sick too. All right? And so awareness is one of the biggest and the most important thing, because that helps us to intervene quicker. So
the referrals are very helpful for us, because just like how Nurse Bowman and Ms. Simmons were mentioning, we just notice I have these conditions physically, but they don't think until the doctor screen and they say, wait, we don't give you this, but it's not getting better. And also what the Ministry of Health is, part of the operational plan is that we do psychological first aid for in-house and to the other organizations, whereby they have 3 core activities: look, listen, and link. Look is screening, check. Listen what is the problem, is that to solve the problem, and then link to the resources that we have available around the country.
I know during this month there will be several, as I mentioned, campaigns that we will be expecting from the ministry. Are there any activities that we can expect in the earlier parts of the month?
Yeah, well, right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to reach out to different organizations that we recognize would probably need the mental health support team, and we will go out. We're trying to do training as much as possible. So if you guys have an organization or any organization needs our help, they can reach out to us. Each district has a mental health department, and so each district can reach out to these mental health departments to seek help within the organization as well. But we are Belize district. We're going to different organizations and providing mental health information.
Wonderful.
We also have the Mental Health Association, which I am a board member of. So coming up next week, Wednesday, we have a youth symposium actually, where we bring some high school students together and we talk about changing the narrative on suicide and mental health. How to help, break the stigma that we face.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, as we wrap up this segment, I'll ask if you have any final words that you'd like to share with our viewers.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us here to share this space and informational aspect. I want for you guys to help us to raise awareness, and we are here and prioritize our mental wellness in the workplace.
Wonderful.
So, well, we're starting a conversation, and we're willing and open, and we're here to help.
Wonderful.
I just want to add to be supportive to your staff, even if it's just grief and laughs. Just be there. Check in and say, how are you doing?
Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to take our final break, and when we come back, we wrap things up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Hey Jay, ready for the first day on the job?
Man, I can't wait to get paid.
I remember when I first started making money, I loved to spend, not a thought about priorities.
Life was good, huh?
Boy, life got tough. Bills started to pile up and I didn't have money for the more important things.
So what did you do?
Jay, everything changed when I started to budget.
Budget? Can you tell me what is budgeting?
Alright, well you see,
a budget is a plan on how to spend your money. Budgeting helps you prioritize your spending and plan for the future. To create a budget, tally up your salary and any other funds coming in. Next, list your expenses. This includes rent, utilities, groceries. Be sure to include savings, no matter how big or small. Now, deduct expenses and savings from your income. What's the balance? Are there areas where you can cut back? Review your budget regularly and adjust as needed.
Oh, now I see the importance of budgeting. I need to make a plan before I start spending.
good move Jay. This is how you position yourself for financial security now and in the future.
Take control of your financial future. Start budgeting today. A message from the Central Bank of Belize. Visit us at www.centralbank.org.bz.
Rising prices got you down? Well, let Benny's lift you up in these tough financial times. Right now, get low prices on construction materials, such as lumber. And whenever you make a purchase, remember to get your B-Box, which is free money. Only at Benny's, quality and savings.
This October, join us for a double celebration. On October 10th, we honor Taiwan's National Day, and on October 11th, we celebrate 35 years of friendship between Taiwan and Belize. Get ready for a series of exciting events. The Taiwan Expo 2024 is coming to Belize from October 10th to 12th at the Caribbean Motors Showroom in Belize City. Discover Taiwanese products tailored to the Belizean market, featuring motorcycles, auto parts, hardware, health, skincare, and many more. Don't miss the Taiwanese food tasting area, featuring shaved ice, dried fruit snacks, and authentic dishes, and more. Plus, test ride high-quality motorcycles from Quang Yen Motor. Join us at 2024 Taiwan Expo. See you there. Our celebration continues. A volunteer medical mission organized by NATMA Taiwanese Diaspora in the US will come to Belize and offer free medical services to Belizean people from October 15 to 18. What better way to celebrate our National Day than 35 years of friendship between Taiwan and Belize?
Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us. We had a wonderful conversation this morning with the Prime Minister of Belize as well as representatives from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. It is October 7th, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ, as well as Instagram at OYE Belize. As we wrap up this show, we want to encourage you to stay tuned because we will be airing a live coverage of the regional workshop for Caribbean Small Island Developing States on the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement. So please stay tuned to that. We will immediately follow up with that live coverage. And please join us again tomorrow when we open your eyes
to start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Monday.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.